boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm For Classic, and for today what I do every day it is Watch Dogs 2. So this game it is developed by Ubisoft Montreal and company. I mean, there are a multitude of Ubisoft companies that did work on Watch Dogs 2. So it's not really a recent game, but it is a quite demanding one and an interesting one to get the GTX 1650 Super tested. So let's jump in to the graphical settings. So this is my custom settings. What I decided to do it is to use the ice settings, but I raised the texture filtering to ultra, raised the headlight shadows from none to 2 cars. Also, I decided to raise screen space reflections, which at the high settings it comes disabled, and at the very high preset it comes at very high. So I decided to use median, because despite it doesn't really bring you a very good clarity reflections or well done, at least you have one. As you can see, this is off. You don't get any single reflection in here. And if you enable at median, for example, you get at least some of the reflections. Despite their precision it is not good, at least they are there. As you can see, this also enables reflections on the wood and the metals of the cars, which makes it much more interesting and much better than with the screen space reflections disabled. Not only to mention that all these improvements I had to raise, I had to enable temporal filtering. Temporal filtering, it is some sort of checkerboard rendering like it is used on consoles. This helps a lot the performance, because if I have gone with these options without temporal filtering, I wasn't really able to get above 60 frames per second. So let's take a look on the requirements of this game. And as you can see, these games, they do recommend an AMD FX CPU or an i5 3470. I believe this is for 30 frames per second. 8 gigs of RAM and a GTX 780. I'm not really sure how the GTX 1650 Super compares with the ancient GTX 7080, but all I can say is that the high settings, the default high settings, I was able to get a sustainable 60 frames per second, although not by much, so I'm pretty sure the game eventually will drop from 60 frames per second in some scenes. But with temporal filtering, the revamp on performance, it was amazing. I was able to get an average of 83 frames per second and a 1% low of 78. And with my custom settings that I'm using in here, it runs slightly better than the default high settings, but with the perks that you have seen, like the headlight shadows, the screen space reflections, all that kind of stuff. The very high settings, I think it's pretty good if you don't matter about having a frame rate between 45 to 60 frames per second. You get a lot of revamps in here, and this is without temporal filtering, so the game feels more clear, the image feels more, more sharper, with better clarity. So the very high settings, it is pretty good for all the people that can play lower than 60 frames per second, but not by much. The ultra settings, it is the settings that I do not recommend at all, since it completely goes overboard with the VRAM. It consumes more than 4 GB of VRAM. You start to notice more stuttering going on with the game, something off, And despite the performance, it is above 30 frames per second, which for some people might be good. There is still something, wrong with the game. It doesn't seem like the good setting to go with the GTX 1650 Super. Also, if you decide to enable game works like, for example, the HFTS shadows, well, in that case the performance goes, sorry for the word, but it is true, it goes to shit, because you can expect something between 20 frames per second to 30. Alright guys, so that's all that I want to talk about Watch Dogs 2 performance. For the rest of the video you can expect me to go and do a simple mission in here, nothing too crazy about it. And then a little bit more forward into the video, I will eventually get the police behind me and get a chopper causing volumetric lightning and a lot of dynamic shadows to go on. This is probably the most demanding thing you can do in the game, so expect the frame rates to go under the results that I gathered in here. In fact, the results that I gathered in here, it was just going at full speed through the main avenue of San Francisco, and that's it. That was my benchmark, because I could replicate for each setting, alright? So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about Watch Dogs 2 performance. Hope you did enjoy the video so far, hope you keep enjoying the rest of it.
Okay, I got this. So what now?
Goodbye.
Up to you, man. You're free to do whatever catches your eye. We post ops to the DedSec app, and doing them helps us get followers. And followers are our Skrilla. Followers mean computers, which boosts our processing power, which lets us do bigger and badder ops.
Can barely catch my breath, and everyone else is looking at me like I've got some kind of disease. I wish I did. I'd give it to all of them, see how they felt. Then no one would be going up the damn stairs. Go walk into traffic?
Hey, so what's this about Bobo Dakes?
You know Bobo's working on a new album, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Well, you won't get to hear it? Motherfucker Gene Carcani just put millions on the table to keep it all to himself.
What does a big pharma CEO want with a rap album?
Dude has a huge Bobo collection. And he probably wants to hang that shit on his wall like a damn trophy. He's just rubbing his money in our faces, bruh.
Do you know if Bobo took the deal?
He hasn't announced anything yet, but he will. It's a lot of cash.
And maybe there's still time for an intervention.
Time for what?
I love him. He's family. This isn't easy for me, but no fucking way.
I assume you guys have heard of Gene Carcani?
He's the shit sack who's on TV laughing about how he's raising the price of leukemia medicine.
Yeah, the most hated man in America? Yeah, why do you ask?
Guy's a huge Bobo Dakes fan. Must have read Bobo's in town recording new tracks because he's offering millions to keep the album to himself.
So stupid. Bobo will never go for it.
The real one won't. So we're gonna do it for him. I'm gonna visit Bobo and see if I can borrow some of his new tracks as proof that we're legit.
How do we contact Carcani?
I need you guys to run through interviews, podcasts, whatever. Find me some usable lines. We're gonna make a soundboard.
Ooh, I love this.
Marcus, guys, the Cyber Driver trailer just dropped.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Hey, don't watch it without me.
Meet you at the Hackerspace.
I'm on my way.
Eddie left Annie and Sarah and Jeff. love me. Said it. Said I was the one.
I've got a new Bobo track the world has never heard before. How's the soundboard coming?
Yo, a Bobo Dakes, bitch.
Oh, perfect.
So, how do we contact Carcani?
I'm gonna visit his mansion. I need to see his face when we do this.
Love of my life. What have you done to my precious flowers? Am I throwing money away? Do you know what you've done? Do you have any idea?
Time to mess with the farmer clown.
This ass face deserves it.
Hello?
Sup?
Sup? Who is this?
Yo, bitch, it's Bobo Dakes.
Holy shit. I'm a huge fan. Are you taking me up on my offer?
Yeah, I laid down some hot tracks.
Really? Fantastic.
Yup.
Can I get a sample?
Born and raised, born to craze. Haters blown the fuck away. Feeling lucky, he ain't the hero of the story. Don't go out in a blaze of glory. Make my day. Tell a Bobo sent you.
Damn! That's dope! That's your best work yet.
You're welcome.
And this is exclusive, right? No one else gets this, just me?
Yup.
So how do you want payment?
The bitch better have my money.
I do. I just need to know how to route it to you.
Y'all, check it.
Ah, there. That's the routing number?
Yup.
Uh-huh. Sent and confirmed. You got it. This is awesome, man. This is like a dream come true.
Yo, bitch, it's Bobo Dakes.
What?
They say God made man in his own image, but God made himself in Bobo's image.
What are you talking about?
Yo, bitch, it's Bobo Dakes.
No. 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 No, 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 no.
Bobo King, bitches.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Who the fuck are you?
Yo, bitch, it's Bobo Dakes.
Fuck off, fucker. Tell me who the fuck you are. You are dead. You are dead. You know that? You are so dead. 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 You fuck. You fuck. You fuck.
Guys, he just donated 20 million to leukemia research.
Bitch better have my money.
Yo, who did that?
a hostile in your area?
God. I'm hit. Suspect is on foot. We're in pursuit. Suspect is in
Patrol car in pursuit of suspect. Squad, be advised that a possible suspect or suspects have been reported near your location.
Close the bastard off!
No sign of suspect. We'll have another look.
We got the suspect! We're gonna box him in now!
Squad, we've lost the suspect. We'll start searching. We're gonna try and run off. Suspect back in sight.
Squad, we see him! Suspect is in range!
Squad, we got eyes on a street-level explosion.
Any units grab a visual. He's ducked out of sight.
Looks like suspect is gone. We've lost him. Squad, we're back on his trail. Over.
Squad, we've got civilians down!
Squad, we've lost track of the suspect. We'll keep looking. We're back on the suspect. I'll see if I can block him off.
I've been hit! We've got him. In pursuit now. Crap! I need help!
Gonna block him off.
We gotta take this guy down! He's driving like a maniac! Squad, we need support!
Dropping the hammer. Suspect couldn't have gotten
Patrol
far.
SUV has
Let's
been
flush him
dispatched
off.
after the suspect.
Crap, I need help. God! I'm hit!
Be advised, a patrol van's been dispatched after the suspect.
Locking him up! Squad, we're on his trail again. Over. Squad, do any other units still have a visual?
We're tracking the suspect again. We're almost on top of him. Squad, we have a civilian down!
Put out an all call, squad. We're on the suspect. Over.
Yeah, we've lost sight of the suspect attempting to reestablish.